Hey guys, Tofuru here, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. We just found Nagito's not even fucking burned, just mutilated corpse. And, we got the Monokuma file, so let's see what it says. I'm pretty sure he died from the stab wound to the chest, or he died before that. I have no idea, but the victim is Nagito Komieda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Then I'm almost positive the fire was like the intention to burn the rope, which hung the last skewer that went through his chest, killing him, I guess, at the end. Not only was there a single spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Oh, so someone just took the knife and just stabbed him everywhere. So those aren't claw marks, those are just stab wounds? Oh god, that makes that infinitely worse. He's probably screaming the entire time. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm, and the knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this makes me depressed. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Huh?
Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again, but what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are also multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and the knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry, or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We could discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. And then, let's start the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can probably investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Yeah, we got the Monokuma file 5. Okay, so we have a dead, you know what? There's a bunch of things we need to check out. There's a lighter in here. The body itself, there's a bunch of checks. Why is there blood up there? I guess it's splattered when he got stabbed? See, that's weird. They got a Monokuma plushie that's there. Everyone else is here as well. Alright, you know what? Yeah, right? There's nothing we can see up there? No. Okay, so sequentially nothing. Alright, let's start with the lighter. Check out the surrounding area, and then work our way towards the center. Alright. It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looked like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
Is the most foolish thought. This is certainly the cause for the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets them go or lets go of them.
Which means?
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy the evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I could think of why a killer would set a fire to their crime scene, but... They failed, obviously. The fire didn't even go to the other side. Unless they didn't know that was a fire curtain, which would prevent that type of issue. And they even threw fire grenades at it intentionally with more oil so the fire would get rougher, like even harder, and they still couldn't burn the body. It looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... Yes, the fire grenades you guys chucked. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. It's also weird that only 4 of them were in that photo. But the fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, the evidence really isn't all that strange. You say that, but it might be important to note. But whatever. Let's check the plushie out, and then work our way to the body. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey! No response! He's dead, Jim! Just kidding! I'm not dead! Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal, too. If you didn't notice that, Monokuma.
Hey!
Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like that, it just got stabbed, and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. What?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed off than usual these days, Monami. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of the world supremacy from Monokuma. Wait, what? Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. The Monokuma plushie. I mean, it's stabbed through the heart. It's not like they could have removed it afterwards, but it's important to note that's there. And I guess we should check the body now, but I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again, and we'll never be saved by him again. No, now is not the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on investigating right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Well, there's a bunch of different things. I guess it's a spear, it's the left hand, it's the burnt rope, the knife, the feet. I guess the feet would include the lacerations. And, alright. Let's work our way towards the simple things and make our way out of it. So, the knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Whoever did this was very angry. Just keen observation. It also reminds me of Danganronpa 1. That, like, when you see, like, a passion murder where it's, like, blatantly angered intensive, like, you could see everything about it. Just all the wounds. Like, someone was very angry at this person or this specific thing. I mean, I guess in anything, it's like a wounded animal or an animal being revealed. Not animal being revealed. A wounded animal in a corner is the most ferocious or the most deadly. Something like that. It's like fighting a Wolverine, guys. That's the most second thing. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? Well, it's either kill Nagito in a very grotesque fashion or be revealed eventually. So they took their chances there. This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Oh, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand,
it cannot be.
and then they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
Then, Does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using 2 weapons, a knife and a spear? No, I think the killer got angry, took its aggression out with the knife, but the real way he was gonna die was the spear. So I feel like Nagito might have instigated the stabbing with the knife. I mean, inadvertently, he just showed us who could have done it. Just by that alone, the anger. Because I think what happened was the main way he was supposed to die was the fire to the curtain, burning the rope, which then freed the spear that was in the ceiling that punctured straight through him. That was probably the intended way of death. Now, if they took off the tape to have Nagito, like, to give him any last words, like a sinister little bad guy they are, he could have instigated them into stabbing him repeatedly. You know? And that could have led to the knife in the hand afterwards, because they're like, fuck it, now you're not going to talk, right? Put the tape back over his mouth and then stabbed him a bunch. And then put it through his hand, and he's just screaming and wallowing in fear. Then they put the music on, and then they walked away, lighting the fire, and showing up at the factory. Now, could they have stabbed him beforehand? Yeah, but it doesn't seem likely. Whoever did it was able to sneak out, turn it on. I don't know. There's too many ifs, you know? Because we didn't hear the music until after the bombs went off. But the only one who was not in the factory at the time was Sonia. Technically. Unless someone left and we didn't notice them leaving, which would only be Akane and Sonia. Chiaki was physically there because she had to swipe her pass. Fuyuhiko was there because he was talking. And Kazuyuchi was there because he was checking the car and freaking out. And I was there physically because I had to witness all that. So there's only 2 question marks now. It's Akane, where was she in relation to everything? Because technically she did say stuff. And we would have noticed if she tried to leave. Which means it's really just Sonia. Unless the killer prepared in advance. So that's what makes it very skeptical. But I don't think it's Akane because she tried to choke him out before. And I don't even think Nagito felt like that was the traitor. You know? It feels like almost like it wasn't her, but she was just so fed up and angry she just reacted violently. But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use the spear at all? Maybe to give him some false sense of hope that he'd ever get out.
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife has been added. Alright, let's look at left hand. This is a lot of lacerations. There's a cut on his upper left hand. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, that's definitely cut off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered? No, because it got to the fingertips. There's no way it wouldn't have splattered to his hand. Well, that would explain the blood in his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand,
Well?
There's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. You think he closed his hand when the blood splattered? It would explain the blood. Like he closed his fist, and the blood splattered from his left arm right onto that. You're right, which is why... Or, you're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Well, yeah, sure, I guess. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Nothing. He closed his fist. Blood on the left hand has been added to the truth section. Alright, the charred rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be the result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, Why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Alright. I mean, they also just like forced his hand to stay down, but... Alright, yeah, so we took care of the left hand. All that's left is the spear, the face, and the legs. Let's work on the legs. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope was tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are also stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito? They also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were infected for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? Yeah, he wanted him to suffer. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if it was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards him.
Damn it!
Refusing to let him die easily, I could only understand a total dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Yes. Yes, they would have. As we have seen of any of the murders in this fucking game, yes. If you think they could be that dark, yes, they can. Yep, torture wounds. Alright, let's look at his face, I guess, because I'm saving the spear for last. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth was covered in duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuyuchi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. In one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey, hey, hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue. You ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. What, tampering with a dead body? I mean... the blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
Man...
It's no use. She's not even listening.
Hey.
Hey, about the blood splatter on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. Huh? What's wrong with that?
Well?
His duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. Yeah. What she's trying to say is that the duct tape was there before he was stabbed everywhere, so the blood, when it splattered, wasn't before the duct tape, so they didn't hear his screams. His screams were desperately underneath the duct tape the entire time. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck into his mouth a bit. Well, what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might have been some kind of clue too. I should remember it. The duct tape has been added. Yeah, he definitely didn't have any of it. That's just so dark though. Alright. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like a fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my! What's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it.
Phew.
I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy, and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle.
What?
What? Nezumi Castle?
What the
I was
hell?
designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice! Damn you all to hell! I see, so even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. I mean, it means we're going to Nezumi Castle to see where those are from, and where it might hold some real value. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle... Woo! It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Are you saying that someone held onto the cord? Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Yeah, actually, Spear of Gungnir has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? Yes, you've effectively become numb. My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. I guess you're right. There's really not much else we can check here. I think... I know you want me to talk to people, but like there's virtually nothing else we could do. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter?
So...
The time. It looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's
time.
It's 12:30. It also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago.
Huh?
It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. Also, we don't know how long into this the spear. I mean, the spear probably killed him instantly. Wait a minute. If the hand mark is there and this blood splatter, how the fuck? Does that mean the killer was inside? No way. No way. The only thing I could think is that in the middle of the spear, like the spear stabbed him before the fire ignites. Spear enters his body. Killer escapes through the back door. If there's a back door here. I don't think there is, so I don't know how the killer gets out of here. They would have had the spear. He would have had to have bled out. No way the spear kills him instantaneously. So now I'm more confused about this. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? Yeah, it was. It was before the fireworks went off. You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
All right!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer also used some automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they wouldn't have needed time to prepare.
All right!
Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, Fuyuhiko was the one who came to this island, but anybody could have just ignored where they were told to go and came here instead. AKA Sonia. She didn't stay on the center island, and she went straight away to the 5th. So it makes it very complicated. Alright,
So
Sonia.
just as I thought.
If only everyone could go home. Nothing would make me happier. No, we shouldn't finish this class trial. Oh no, we should finish this class trial. Then we can think about what will happen after. Okay, so you're completely useless. Fuyuhiko, you got any insight on this?
Like,
I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuuchi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen?
huh?
What's gonna happen?
That's obviously
This
wrong.
rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. What if it just blows up? Like, you don't know that.
Jeez.
Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey, hey!
What do you mean, something?
Shut up! Shut up!
Making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I mean, you could vote which one of you survives. Oh god, that'd be dark. Like, all like the 5 remaining people are there, and it's like, alright guys, pick which one of you should advance and not be murdered on this island. And everyone's like, oh fuck. That'd be cool. It'd be like The Circle, or other good movies that are like, choose the one who survives. But this is Monokuma we talking about, you know? And there's no way this'll end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You...
Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. No, I think it's fine. Ugh. Oh my god, alright. Do I have to talk to everyone? I mean, Chiaki's the one who probably have insight now. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's the one of the sprinkler heads that activate to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see the girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? Huh? I knew it. Thank you, Chiaki, for pointing it out. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Yeah, blood in the girder is important. Now then, I guess it's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, wouldn't have gone through the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's a reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like it's better to investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. I mean, I agree. Yeah, there's the iPad. This is what's probably important. The panels. Oh, wait, what? We killed him. We're the ones who did it. They put all the panels like a domino effect to go all the way towards the fire. That's important to note. I mean, I'm gonna check this out, the MP3 player, but the panels. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe...
It looks like the weird music was playing from there. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? Yeah, it's important. But alright, we'll hold it there, and we'll check the panels. Huh? There's a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back was tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall them all just put down. Yeah, stacked neatly. They should have been neatly put away. Maybe they're the ones who made this mess. Oh, we're the ones who made this mess. Yeah, we probably started the fire. Huh?
See?
Look at the tipped over panel by the entrance. It's really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop, okay? Didn't I tell you? It'll be fine. I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Could it be... Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back door of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other, in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means we can speculate that this was done intentionally. Yep, we added those to our truth section. I don't think there's really stuff left to investigate. What else could be valuable other than talking to someone? One of you got something important to say. Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that I've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's alright, it's not a bomb! Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my! It cannot be!
Do you really suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus, shit! Whoa, you son of a bitch! Sonia?
I am sorry!
I'm terribly sorry, I was panicking. Whoa, I've never seen her freak out like that. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone, so I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we were all gathered.
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Why is Monami in the background?
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display.
Okay.
God damn it, all to hell!
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I didn't think it was However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Yeah, but he might have been able to make a condensed explosion right there. That bomb was real, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, it might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reasons for doing so. With this, I've explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
There should be no reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. See, that's a pretty strong alibi. Still suspicious, though. Alright, that I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. Figured it was someone at that point. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right, and there's several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, and the plushie factory next door. Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room, too. If I'm going to understand the reasons for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you guys! Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh?
But is this safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough pieces to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas, probably. God, I'm having a hard time today. Well, alternatively, there aren't any clues in the other areas either. We'd have to give up completely. Okay, I get it now. So yeah, if there aren't any other clues, then we're kind of up shit's creek. You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place. Alright. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way to except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Alright, so we gotta go looking. Honestly, I guess I should check the factory since it's right here and work my way outwards. I just hope it's not like a timed selection where I can only get 2 places and not get like the diary that's in his room. But what I want to check in here is what other facts are here. Yeah, I want to check in the break room because there's something obviously wrong. Nope. Okay, so we checked there. There's nothing trash. The truck. Apparently the bomb that was stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Alright, we're just gonna roll through all this stuff. Okay, now. Guess this counts as the truck. Alright. Manufacturing equipment. There's an enormous machine, but it's stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. Okay. All that's really left is to see the laptop and talk to Sonia. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop. Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. Maybe he kind of anticipated his own death. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means the video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. And with that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Alright, Sonia, you got anything to say?
My,
I've never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into.
however...
While I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well,
The bomb that went off in the lobby might have been set up here. What? How would that work?
do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like this?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right!
Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it?
Easy as pie!
Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Enough already!
Stop! There's no bomb.
Hey!
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is the soft weight of cotton.
I see.
You're
I
right.
see. However...
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, didn't you know it wasn't from the military base?
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there were all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just telling you for the first time. Phew. I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon?
Well,
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it!
That is...
Did I say something I should not have? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Alright, so we know that the bombs weren't from here. Alright, so we kind of got everything we needed from here. I'm just trying to think of where we go next. Yeah, we leave here. There's nowhere else to go from here. I guess since we're on this island, we can go to the military base. Check out there. And then from there, go to... See, I want to do Nezumi Castle last. I want to go to Nagito's room first. If I could, I would rather go there. This is useless. This truck is empty. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However...
And I suspected the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. Yes, this is where the bombs were, but where did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? Is it possible that he thought they were the real thing? No, never mind. He said as much in his video message. Yeah, he did know they were fakes. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there's a different motive behind his actions. Alright, got anything, Kazuuchi?
Man.
Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening.
Hey!
Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. Is there anything else of value here we can check? I mean, I guess this truck. A huge supply of guns and firearms were stuffed into the truck bed.
Whoa!
Ugh, found it! What did you find?
Huh?
Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife. Wait, that's the same knife used. Yes, we've confirmed its location. Is that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained that knife here.
All right.
So the killer is someone who visited the military base at least once. That's everyone, though. No, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. Alright, so that was important. Yeah. That was the important one, was that, we found the knife. We confirmed the knife was there, and we confirmed that what's it called? The fireworks were gone. I figured once we go inside, we'll figure out where the spear came from. And then after that, oh wow, it was on the wall in the back. Huh. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging on the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It's exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cords attached to the handle, and there's a weight on the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of them spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why'd the killer use the spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife. It would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this, with this unnecessary cord thing, would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? You know what? I can get it now. What if they held the spear up, right above him, while he was in complete fear, and sliced the cord with the knife? No, cause see, it's so redundant. Like, why would you do that? Because the cord's ripped. It's cut in half, and then the wire's on the floor. I don't know. I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito's trying to make us suffer, even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. I guess it's time to return. Alright. Here we go. Oh, Monokuma! Hey, buddy. What's up?
What's this?
Oh my! You want to go in Nagito's room too?
Hajime.
Ah, Hajime.
What are you gonna do?
I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye.
I did not do that.
Boy,
Then do it!
proud.
It's sweet because it's made out of black bean.
Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and lock the damn door.
Fine, fine.
I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then. Ba-ba-ba-loose!
What?
Bye-bye!
See, I opened the door. You can freely investigate now.
Vavavoos. Why? This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like this?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey, hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is open. Yeah, you're right. I would love to find the book in here, because that would change the entire story. So Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us? No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird on these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue is the clue to that might be hidden here as well. Yeah, we gotta really search this place out. Oh, there you are! Holy shit, I finally completed this whole set.
No.
I've done it. Cool. Alright, that was nice. But out of this entire room, what's on his bed? It's a bed that comes with the Kages, looks like the one in my room, but
Hey, hey.
maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's the usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Well, we should check in case. With no expectations, without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... Huh? There's something here. A plastic bag from the supermarket. Looks like there's something inside. What is this? Gloves? Goggle? Or not goggle. Mask? It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. Why does he have these? He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? Yeah, that's really suspicious.
Hajime.
Was there something else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag in. Huh? There's a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made out of blue aluminum? Round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? Similar to those seals that go over jars of an unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is a piece of trash?
Wait.
Who knows?
Time out.
It might be too soon to decide that. Yeah, that's important to some degree. Alright, let's check out the fridge, because the treasure box obviously is useless unless we have a key. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Nice, my cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go through the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. Wait, what? There's really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he's stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder. Maybe? I mean, it says Monokuma's special poison. I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is...
Could it be?
Yes, it looks like poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it a little more in detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. That's probably why you had the gas mask. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm going to get nervous. I grabbed the bottle and with my trembling hand and began reading the warning on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container, away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this?
Well?
That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb.
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
That's true, there were a bunch of jars of poison in refrigerators there. I remember he pointed that out when we were him for that small snippet. He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped over and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me. Man, as cool as a cucumber if he pulled that shit off. Jesus.
Hey, hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh? Yeah, like he intended to use it.
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder if there's still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet. Another trap.
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. You know, I would assume that this is to catch the traitor in case the traitor killed him or something. Like as like a final catch. But it's not like we're gonna have resting time if he's dead. So if the killer did do it, where are they now? You know? Who is the mastermind? Where are they? Did they not experience this poison trap? If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you trying to make us suffer even after you've died? I don't think he planned to die the way he died, but yeah. There's the bookshelf. Maybe there's something here? There's a lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to the books, there's a bunch of random crap stuffed onto the shelf. It might take a lot of time for us to go thoroughly through all that stuff.
Hey, hey.
Let's just leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. Good. Alright, now we're onto the treasure box, which we don't have a key for. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights.
Perhaps.
That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. It looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If that's here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. Why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? It looks dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Wait, what? Inside there was a notebook. What is it? Why is a notebook inside the treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out from the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone in the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, 4, 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped at an entry titled Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because nobody believes him. Huh?
Hey, hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook! Whoa! From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I'd come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the thief?
No!
Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student!
Hey, hey.
Hey, that notebook is pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right, it's my important diary for when my maiden secrets are written.
Hey!
You're a liar!
You always show up out of nowhere.
Motomy, it's not good to lie, you know.
Lie?
There's no way you wrote in that notebook. Yeah, after all, Motomy can't even write.
Huh? What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong!
No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. See, bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way, too.
What?
Huh? You're mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey!
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister.
It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it?
Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye-bye.
Excuse me. Wait, so she took the notebook. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
The same pattern as usual. It looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. Alright. It's important. There's really nothing else. I guess we talked to her. There's like nothing else of value, right? I was just thinking the shower room? So it's structured like my room. The shower room's over here. Looks like there aren't any clues here. Alright, good to know. So I think we've checked everything but talked to Chiaki. Our time for investigating is winding down.
So...
The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining the other areas first. Oh, so you're just telling me there's something else we have to see? Well, we've checked the bed. We don't need to check those. We checked that. Try the bookshelf, because that's all that's left here. There's a lot of books and other stuff down here. The genres and types of items are all so random. I can't make any sense of them whatsoever.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects the person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito. Just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we shouldn't ignore it, though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be some private stuff there. Well, that might be true, but...
See?
So, I'll leave this shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. Okay. I sighed and walked over toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Until we found... Yes! Yes! We found it! This is what I was waiting for this entire fucking time. Huh? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Indeed, it is the school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Does that mean... does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really only had my information, then why is this file so thick? Yeah, it was obviously way more important than that. As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuyuchi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia, and everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words Reserve Corps Student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I was truly a Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the Reserve Department? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Isn't this the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here, too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just the basic information, but there should be profiles on all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right.
My profile...
My profile is really in here.
Oh god, I didn't know you were gonna talk, Chiaki. I'm sorry.
But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
So you think they're just general bios?
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
Wait a minute. Yeah, because he's not really from there. He's from the Future Foundation.
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
Yeah, because he's not really meant to be here.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you think he might be the traitor?
No, it's just because his name isn't written in here. It's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious.
Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life,
Too bad!
it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason.
A different reason?
You're getting all riled up!
Wait,
You guys have been getting all worked up about that, Byakuya, for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that, Byakuya, doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation.
what do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me for that. You know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right?
Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly I came across a page that was filled with question marks. The ultimate imposter? Oh. Okay. See, if he's the ultimate imposter, he could have faked himself as Byakuya Togami, gotten killed, and then was allowed to monitor everybody, you know? He technically is a student. Every section was filled with question marks. It could be barely considered a student profile. on that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter?
That's that Peculiar's true identity.
True identity.
He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Peculiar Togami.
A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile's filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him.
Because his information would speculate or change the person he's gonna imposter. Huh.
The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, not even his age or gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Pooh-hoo-hoo. Though I was not jealous of that at all.
That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he's so much fatter compared to when we was involved in the killing school life?
so cool!
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that.
Then he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
'Cause that was his
talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're always bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not.
In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating.
What the hell?
Anyway,
I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right!
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Peculia is exactly the truth.
Then, what is he trying to say to me? What was he trying to say to me all that time? I cannot talk to the others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in return. For a long time, my life has been a living hell.
Based on that context, if I had to guess,
No!
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. Since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already.
So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should have
Oh my god! Words, man, words!
Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monomir the traitor.
Who is it? Who is the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course!
Well, obviously, you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey!
The fact that there's 16 profiles in here is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent from the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy.
You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
Correct!
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right?
Well, probably.
So it means one file in here isn't supposed to be here. And you know what? I think the imposter is meant to be in there. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it's added to our section.
It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Are you sure about this?
Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know.
Time's up. Wait.
Bye-bye!
Excuse me for a moment.
Son of a bitch. I thought it was so helpful. I mean, it might be. But the problem is now we have a question mark file, and now I know I'm a reserve student for good. I don't know. It's very difficult. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up.
Great. I'm so
We will begin
happy.
the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock.
The last class trial? Why is this the last class trial?
I'll see you soon.
I guess this would be the last class trial because it would reveal the traitor. And I mean, effectively, once you reveal the traitor, why is everyone going to kill each other? We know there's no reason to do it. But that's so weird to say. The last class trial? He said that, right? He said the last class trial.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last one. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, it might definitely be the last one.
But still.
But I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be beyond that. His real plan. Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once.
Well?
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still.
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together, we can get through it. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. And alright guys, this is where I'll end today's episode. Holy shit, that was a longer investigation than I imagined. It took a bit, we figured out files, and now we have revealed the ultimate imposter. The problem is it kind of makes me feel like there's like two... I mean, technically the girl who's the ultimate despair in the first one was also the ultimate beauty, or something like that, the ultimate fashion model, something like that. And, well, she was very weird. She was able to do a double personality and at the same time just dress like her sister, who was like the ultimate spy, which is crazy to think about. But, oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna get to the exciting conclusion of a class trial in the next one. So as always, I'll see you guys in whatever I make next. And it's Tofuru, signing out.